Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your December reading already. I would like to announce a contest that I'm making for the winter solstice and the new year. I'm giving away a free reading, and this time I'm gonna pick out of the commentaries from the subscribers. So make sure to comment, say something, if you want a reading, of course, and be subscribed. So on this, I meditated on your energy, pulled the first layer of cards, and what spirit wants to talk about this month for you, Capricorn. The first card I have is the Nine of Swords, and I shuffle a lot between readings, and Sagittarius had that card at the same position here. So starting with what brings you anxiety or sleepless nights, worry, it's going to be on different levels for all of you, but what overactivates your mind in a negative way. After that, you have the Wheel of Fortune. So that tells me that you are going to understand something here. The Sphinx on top has a sword because he understands the one riddle in his life, and that because of that, the events and the wheel of life will be able to turn to a higher level and not repeat the same lesson until you get it. So that tells me that whatever is bugging you, you're kind of going to understand where it comes from, and that will give the capacity of the universe to change the circumstances of your life. After understanding that, here there's a clear, those two came together, Two of Swords and the Chariot. So that tells me that maybe at the end of the month, some of you will still be ambiguous about what you've understood, and getting out of your comfort zone or your way of thinking pattern, breaking that thinking pattern, because there's that new understanding and that old way of thinking, and you have to make a decision based only on your inner perception. And the Chariot is when we aligned with one direction, what is in the moon and what is in our consciousness, being aligned, therefore not being in a duality anymore, and moving forward with success. So how this is going to show up in your month for on an energy level, you're going to live it specifically in different outcomes, but the energies behind it will be here under our worry here. I have the Five of Swords, I have Temperance, and I have the Two of Wands. So Five of Swords is a very good reason to be worried about. And the bottom of the deck, I have the Five of Cups here. So fives are a disharmony energy, a distortion that needs to be readjusted. In the Five of Swords, it always asks, what is the root of your intention, of how you strategize and mentally strategize to try and win a goal, or that you let other maybe take advantage of you. You're going to live it in differently depending on which side of the mirror you are. Here with Temperance, that tells me that there's at this time in December, the divine timing is that understanding of the bigger picture, where your emotions were being brewed into that understanding through experiences, and that brings you to the Two of Wands, decision again, where you will either stay in your comfort zone, which you've experienced enough. We call him Lord of the domain, of his domain in a way, because, you know, been there, done that, I've done things that way, my will and my decisions were going in that pattern for very long, and I know all the results of it. Or am I going to go into a new direction because now I understand, my emotions have been brewed, matured. I see the bigger picture about this distortion in my life that brought me a lot of anxiety. So that decision here will put you back in your power, Magician, when it comes to relationship, your home, the capacity to celebrate with your willpower solidly with people, you know. Magician. Now, Magician is the first card after the Fool, after a new cycle. And when it is at its upright, at its best, the Magician has the 4 elements here. So that tells me, Pentacle, that he is grounded in the here and now, and he knows he has what it takes to manifest what he wants physically. He has the concentration, he has the ability, he has all of that. His cup is upright. He has the capacity to receive inspiration, emotional satisfaction from the universe, and to give it also. Sword is upright. He's got mental clarity about his inspiration, and his thoughts are aligned in one direction. And he's got his wand. That means his willpower and his fire are inspired also. See, it is aligned with the divine. He is connected with his higher self, the universe. He usually has that white robe under him, the same white robe that the strength has, with the same symbol, because he's manifesting from his higher self. And that will affect your home, or about your home, or manifesting a happy, joyful, celebrating home that is solid. And so under our inner decision and the Chariot here, I have the World. So there is the end of a cycle. Here, under our worry and our 5 of Swords, and the bottom of the deck being the 5 of Cups also, I have the Queen of Cups. Some of you, you're going to be dealing maybe with a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But the thing is, the Queen of Cups, she's the part of us, we all have her inside of us. She's the part of us that allows emotional fulfillment. She's the part of us that has the perception of her emotional maturity and value. She's the part of us that decides to whom is worthy of the cup, of putting our emotions out there. So this has to do also with maybe strategy for emotional satisfaction, or sabotage due to past pains and disappointments. But all of that has been matured and understood. Here I have the Knight of Swords. So that means there's this clarity. It's under our Wheel of Fortune here. So that means I understand something, and I'm going to move forward with that understanding. I also have the Knight of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles. So that tells me now I know what to bring forward in a solid manner and clear manner, giving a bit more speed to that Prince of Pentacles that can be very slow. And you're Capricorn, you're the Pentacle, you're grounded. So, and putting the efforts in a way, maybe before you were putting your efforts a bit everywhere to try and find a way to feel emotionally satisfied or loved or something like that. But here you'll know exactly where to invest yourself, and you're going to see results out of your investments. And that brings you to the 10 of Cups. So there's an emotional factor here, being able to reach that emotional satisfaction and also being able to surpass it, because this is the end of a cycle. So in a way we reach it and we understand that there's more after that, finishing that cycle. Let's clarify all of that for you, Capricorn. I call upon the divine. I call upon the Holy Spirit. I call upon my guides. I call upon the light. Come and help me clarify this reading for Capricorns for the month of December, for their better path. Okay. So, Nine of Swords. What was your Nine of Swords? Some of you maybe are still in it, or some of you passed it last month. But the source of anxiety and worry, where was that source? Why is the Nine of Swords here for Capricorn? Ace of Pentacles. Well, that's interesting. Maybe because Ace of Pentacles is a seed of possibility from the divine that can be planted and grown, that can be brought forward here. So that, why would you have been worried about a possibility or an option? Or maybe because you didn't know how to get it. You thought you had to strategize to get that Ace of Pentacles, something solid that can be, you know, a source of joy, a source of celebration maybe. Wheel of Fortune. Maybe some of you were worrying about a possibility that did not come to fruition. Here is our Two of Swords, like right after, with our Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune, we understand that comes from understanding, from a clarity, from answering the riddle of the Sphinx. Why did it not work? Why can't I get maybe financially abundant the way I want to? I try to strategize and all of that, but my emotions maybe are focused on my losses, and I mentally try to outwit and gain something. But here there's that grasp of why it happened, and so that's why there's that inner decision to take. Do I continue that way, or now do I go that is maybe outside of my comfort zone into a real manifesting vibration? Yeah, finishing a Ten of Swords cycle, maybe, of all the ways that maybe you were hurt before. There's an opportunity that can be created, and you need to be able to take it. But if emotionally you're based on the past loss and not really believing, and maybe self-sabotaging because of that, or something like that, then here Temperance tells me that right now the time is good and matured for you to understand it and make that inner decision for your life, and end that, finish that cycle of anxiety and maybe betrayal. Two of Swords. Page of Swords. Yes, the page comes after. He grabbed Ace of Sword. He grabbed that understanding. And what he understands is that he has to leave that all the past baggage behind, because it was part of life experiences, and he cannot judge or assess what is in front of him based on that. understanding that there is more. It can rise to a new level. That's why the Eight of Cups is leaving something behind, emotional behind, baggage, but also going within with that understanding and knowledge that there is more out there. This is not all there is for me. There's more out there. Chariot. Ah, there's our Five of Swords again, and there's the Wheel of Fortune. So it is leaving that energy behind, understanding exactly what that energy here is. And that understanding propulses you. Like it's like seeing exactly what was happening in your shadow. How maybe you sabotaged yourself or let others, it's the same thing, let others overpower you mentally, brought you worry or something like that. The Five of Swords in a positive manner. It's when we can outwit something, get what we want, but at the end, not everybody is happy, but that's life. But usually the tarot will ask us with the Five of Swords, do you really need that wind? What is the purpose of you wanting to go there? What exactly did you want to gain? So this is kind of understanding the empty battles, or the way maybe you would have spent energy to gain something that in a way did not serve you. And that was part of your maturing. If it has to do with emotions, sometimes the Five of Swords, emotionally how it can work is trying to think of a way, how can I be appreciated, and then I will outwit and try and do something in order to receive emotional satisfaction, because part of me is afraid of losing or something like that. So that is something you can look at also. Either you do it in a certain way, it can be in subtle things, trying to be loved by doing the dishes during a party, because you don't think that people would appreciate you for just who you are. But if you clean the place and do the dishes or give a bigger gift, then you will get recognition. See, it's that mental strategy. So anyway, whatever it is for you, or that you would let other people do to you, there's that understanding, inner decision into making the Wheel of Fortune turn with your alignment. You will see how this energy affects you in your life. You will see it and go for it. See, that's our Knight of Swords. It's like, oh, I get it now. And I'm going for it fast. Queen of Cups. Why is the Queen of Cups here, Spirit? Oh. Okay. I have the Ace of Cup, the Page of Cup, and the Three of Wands. Three of Wands comes after that decision. That decision that you are going to make after maturing your emotions from the Five of Swords. And so that will bring you the recognition of your emotional value of who you are, and that discernment of where you put your emotions to. Sometimes we can work so hard to be loved by somebody that is just unable to see our value. And that's a way to sabotage ourselves also, because it will always result in grief and sorrow. So here, Ace of Cup, that means a new capacity to receive love from the divine, in order so that it can overflow outside of us. We grabbed it, and now we can receive from that decision. See, that grief there, leaving that behind. Understanding maybe the way we would strategize to receive love was always bringing us grief and disappointments. So, there you go. By just acknowledging your own value and the size of your own cup. How much love can you receive from the universe? Can you, just for you, just for who you are? It all goes down to self-love. Okay, so let's see this little thing here. You get your idea and you're starting to move forward with that pentacle here. What the universe wanted to give you, but it's like if it brought you so much anxiety, you weren't sure if you could actually bring that forward. And then Eight of Pentacles, you're putting energy into it. What is that? Oh, I'm skipping here. I skipped the whole thing. Okay, there's no mistake on that. So I'm just going to clarify here our Five of Swords, Temperance, and Two of Wands. I wonder why they wanted me to go there first. Alright, I follow. It's okay. Five of Swords, Temperance, and Two of Wands, Spirit. Want to talk about this? King of Pentacles. That's you. So this is all about your capacity to generate pentacles. And pentacles, we know it's a condensed version of energy. You have emotional energy, mental energy, spiritual energy, and you have the physical energy once it gets into our kingdom here of 3D reality. So the King of Pentacles masters that. So that's why it's abundance, it's fruitfulness and all of that. Stability and commitment. All of this is part of that pentacle and that capacity to generate or to make this grow. King in your actions, in the way that you act out there. King, your masculine side. Four of Wands and the Alchemist. For some of you, it's going to be about manifesting a committed relationship. You know? Maybe before you were never committed. You always ended up being screwed. Ten of Wands. So, the end of a cycle of the way you used to do things in order to manifest maybe a real relationship. The way you used to act, you used to bring yourself forward, where you planted your energy and your moves and things like that. When it comes to Four of Wands, creating a happy union and all of that. Two of Cups. And so you are manifesting this. I'm going to put the Two of Cups here. World. So that's why the world is when we understand the lesson and we have closure on our past and things from the past. Three of Pentacles. That's good. Closure, how we tried to build things, our interaction with other people. For some of you, it's going to be more of on the business level of who you were attracting into working with you, believing in what you do and all of that. Here, Three of Pentacles is attracting people that finally want to build with us, that see our value in what we bring into the table, onto the table. Three of Pentacles. Okay, so here, now we are here, Spirit. Our two knights and the Eight of Pentacles. Seven of Wands. Yes, now you are on higher grounds. You know what you want to do and what you want to bring forward. Out of the two wands here, that decision, you picked one that gave you the opportunity to drop all that was finished in the way you would bring something forward. And here that clear understanding makes you on higher ground, and that one that you picked of what you want to move forward and the way you want to build something, you now believe in it and you are willing to work on it against all odds. Even if not everybody agrees with you. So see, we're going from ambiguity to I'm so sure of myself, I'm gonna fight off, I'm not going back down there. I'm gonna fight off whoever doesn't believe in this, even if it's parts of me. 10 of Cups. Oh, that's good. Ooh, 10 of Pentacles. We have the Emperor and we have our Two of Wands here. The same Two of Wands. So this is like your masculine side, because we have the King of Pentacles also. So we're really talking of how you master your domain outside. For some of you, it's also the type of divine masculine you attracted towards you. They will always reflect your inner divine masculine. So whether this is happening inside of you or outside of you, it's a reflection. So here, that decision is kind of making you rise to a new level of shared emotions, because you will have gained that self-love, and now you will be ready to receive from that understanding and put work in it, invest energy in it, and fight for it. That will readjust your divine masculine. The ones of you that don't have anybody in your, and see, I have the 10 of Pentacles here, so that means that pentacle you're working on there and you're putting energy, because now you understand where to put your willpower, is not only going to create something solid and committed, but on a new level that you haven't had before. So that seed that wanted to come in but used to always be a bit destroyed before, or sabotaged, or whatever that the universe wanted to give you, now it's gonna come to fruition because of that decision. So the ones of you who are not in relationship, if because these are the energies available for you to understand that and do that transition during the month of December. Free will, you can take it or not. But for the ones of you that in the past were attracting not the right type of man that would actually see your emotional or your just your value per se, and that you kept trying to get these people, like, you know, sometimes we try to be loved, often they're father figures, in a sense that if your father did not recognize your value or who you were, you're always gonna go get this type of man, so that at least that would kind of put a seal of approval on your value. If this person loves me, but we go for the people that are not available or that are not capable of seeing our value. So, and this is what you kind of get and understand, and this is why this is going to readjust the type of people that you are going to mirror and attract in your life for a relationship, and therefore an emperor that would be upright out of your decision that you're going to make, Capricorn. So this is beautiful. Um, understanding your divine masculine in a way, you can see that. Or manifesting your emperor. All right, I'm gonna call it like that. So don't forget the contest, and comment and subscribe. I'm gonna announce the winner next month. Thank you for all the donations. This month again, I'm gonna do a special little moon ceremony to give you back on the new moon and the full moon of the month of December. And also have a beautiful month of December, Capricorn. I'm gonna send you my love and light, and see you next month. All right, namaste.